What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So you saw the title. I've been on some spring content lately because it's been pretty much spring weather for me here. It's been in the low 70s every day, and that's pretty much going to be the forecast for a while. So here in the panhandle of Florida, it's springtime. I'm on to spring fragrances. And, you know, the clones are a popular topic here on this channel. And I do have a few that I'll be looking to reach for from time to time this spring. So I figured I'd discuss them with you, and who knows, maybe you find a recommendation that you could add to your wardrobe. So let's talk about them. Stay tuned. Starting with one from Fragrance World that replicates pretty well. Platine Privé in the Guerlain L'Homme Ideal collection. This is from Fragrance World. This is Arsh in the French Avenue range. Now, not one-to-one spot on because there's a like leather combo with other notes that kind of substitute for the almond, but it does give a similar accord to the bitter almond in Platine Privé, but that's the real difference that I find between the two. The opening is still vibrant and bright citrus, has that little bit of spicy bite to it. Just so good, really. God, this is a good one. It still continues to impress me. The only one I don't have in the Guerlain L'Homme Ideal line is Platine Privé. It was a limited edition. I didn't rush to get it when it was easy to get. Now it's harder to get. This is good enough for me. You know, I'm not going to pay high resale prices on a fragrance that's wildly redundant in its own collection anyway, because it's also similar to the previously discontinued white bottle, fitting this has white on it, Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Cologne. It's grapefruit and orange type of citrus, very sharp and bright and uplifting. And this mimics both those fragrances very well, kind of in that middle of the road performance, 6-7 hour range type of stuff for the most part. Pretty loud for the first hour. Do get a little bit of nose fatigue from this one, but it's a great fragrance overall. It's really good for this time of year, at least the weather I'm getting. It's Arsh in the French Avenue collection. Now, some of you are going to be like, wait, that's a Le Male Elixir clone. Yes, but it's loaded with this peppermint accord that gives it so much freshness and brightness. It's basically peppermint Le Male Elixir. It's Armaf's Club de Nuit Lionheart Man. This has become my favorite fragrance from Armaf. I think I like it more than Club de Nuit Intense Man Limited Edition Parfum. Now, that's still my favorite, absolute favorite affordable Aventus twist. I think it's, you know, it's just the one for me. Whereas this, I'm a sucker for this peppermint smell. It's listed as mint, but it smells like straight up peppermints. And it's so good. Still has that honeyed, rich sweetness, vanilla tonka bean, a little bit of powder, slight earthy hit. It's ambery. It's got all the elements of Le Male Elixir, but a much fresher take because it's just so much freaking peppermint in this fragrance. Performance is fantastic. I just love it. It's more of an inspired twist than a direct clone, and that's why I love it so much. I prefer the twists. Same goes with the limited edition Parfum. That's lemon and super smoky. It's not exactly Aventus, but it's pretty much Aventus, and this is not exactly Le Male Elixir, but it's pretty much Le Male Elixir with one big differentiating factor, that peppermint. Oh, God. So good. Chef's kiss kind of stuff. Love it. Totally will work fine in the spring. It's Club de Nuit Lionheart Man. Now, this next one is a dead ringer in the Montebaco line from Armand Jane. I mean, the quality's pretty much on par. The scent profile, everything. This is Dumont Celerio Elysium. And I mean spot on, everyday wear. A little bit more heft to it. They got some heavier wood notes with a little bit of tobacco, you know, that adds just a touch of earthiness. But you've got citruses, you've got these molecules like ambroxan and such. This is actually really good, and I'm telling you, I'd be impressed if you could tell me the difference between Montebaco and this, because they pretty much nailed it. Juicy citrus. I believe it's grapefruit is the main citrus here. Synthetic fragrance, but so is the Montebaco range. All of them. I have Intensivo, I have Verano, I've smelled the original, and there's a few others that I haven't even tried yet. I think Montebaco Cuba is another one that's pretty good. I just haven't gotten around to. God, it's like Just overwhelming this airspace. Strong, strong, strong fragrance too. Less is more. This one radiates off the skin. You don't need a ton of sprays. 5 to 7 is a lot with this fragrance. I think 3 to 5 is kind of a sweet spot type of space. Those of you that like to spray 20 times, I mean, by all means, you're not going to smell it like you're sprayed 20 sprays of this fragrance, because if you spray like that on a regular basis, your nose is used to you spraying like that. So what 5 sprays is to me, 20 sprays is to you anyway. Maybe not to everybody else around you. 20 sprays might be 20 sprays to everyone around you. But to you, it's what and what. If you do it all the time, your body adjusts. The most adaptable thing in the world is the human body, right? So I would encourage checking this out if you don't want to spend Armand Jane money. Dead ringer. I mean dead ringer. From Dumont. It's Celerio Elysium. Another French Avenue fragrance from Fragrance World that's pretty close. The cedar here is a little bit cheaper smelling, I gotta say, but outside of that, it's the same as Greenlee. It is Aether. Again, Fragrance World, French Avenue collection. This is one that I picked up early last year. This is built for the spring, just like Greenlee. That green apple smell, kind of sharper woods here instead of softer woods. Fresh greens, it just does a great job. Oh, man, God, that smells good. If you like Greenlee, you'll like this. This is pretty much Greenlee on a budget. On a test strip, the first time I smelled them, virtually identical. I couldn't tell them apart. When I got them on skin, that's where I'd be like, oh, this is some cheap cedar. Okay. Yeah. And it's not unbearable, because sometimes cheap cedar will bother me in certain fragrances. Historically, I'll kind of crap on a fragrance that's got super cheap cedar. But it just kind of works in this one. This is kind of that rare consideration where it's like, it actually doesn't bother me. And it goes away pretty quick. It turns into a softer wood after a little bit, but you get that sharpness from cedar early on. And some of you like the sharper cedar smell, so... Very, very woodsy, green apple, fresh greens. Like I said, it's Greenlee. Middle of the road performance, maybe a little bit better, depends on your nose fatigue, but kind of 6-7 hour stuff on this one as well. The Fragrance World fragrances kind of fall into that range most of the time, kind of that average, slightly above average performance for me, sometimes a little below. On occasion, they have a beast mode fragrance. This is not beast mode by any means, but it'll get you through most of your day. It smells fantastic. It's Aether from Fragrance World. Lattafa's got a hit with this one. They've been putting out some hits left and right, because a lot of other brands caught up to Lattafa's hype, and Lattafa's like, no, let's shift into a new gear, and they've been doing so with fragrances like Najdia Intense. So this is most notably similar to Le Beau Paradise Garden. Now up top, it does offer similarity to both Paradise Garden and Le Parfum, because it's got the pineapple from the Le Parfum, which I thought was kind of odd. So it makes it kind of Paradise, a hybrid of the two, really, like Paradise Garden with a pinch of the opening of Le Beau Le Parfum, because you still get the ginger and the greens and all that good stuff of Paradise Garden. It settles into, then completely dries into Paradise Garden. Coconut water smell, like I said, that slightly earthy, gingery smell, fresh greens, but you get fruit, that pineapple fruitiness with the citrus up top. Smells really good. This one actually, especially after you let it sit a little bit, performs really well. Right out the box, it performed really well for me. It just continues to get stronger as it macerates over time. But right out the box, this was the infamous fragrance where I'm like, you can't enjoy a fragrance as soon as you get it. You got to let it macerate. No. You can totally enjoy a fragrance as soon as you get it. It will just continue to macerate and get a little bit stronger as time progresses. I smell that coconut and ginger right away just through the atomizer. And it does get a little powdery as it dries. This is a good one. This is definitely a good one. Worth checking out. Perfect for the spring, just like Paradise Garden is. It's Lattafa's Najdia Intense. Now, I would take this 10 out of 10 times over actual Neroli Portofino because it's richer and stronger. And the quality here is really, really good. I'm not going to say it's on point to a private blend Tom Ford fragrance, but it gets really close. And I've said that about this fragrance for like 5 years now. It is Haramain's Portfolio series. This is a Neroli canvas. This is going to be one of the pricier clones. This was like 60, 70 bucks. But I'm telling you, I would take this 10 out of 10 times over Tom Ford's Neroli Portofino because it is a monster performer. This is the strongest fragrance besides Elysium, the Montebaco clone, in this video. And this is stronger than that one too. Absolute monster. You gotta like Neroli, obviously. That soapy white floral smell, fresh greens, soft woods, some citrus up top. But it's all about that Neroli. That white floral, soapy white floral smell. It is absolutely stunning if you like the Neroli Portofino scent profile. It's rich. It's a higher oil concentration, and it performs like an absolute freaking beast. I'm telling you, don't need much of this one. And it's great for the spring because Neroli Portofino in general, that profile and every rendition you've ever smelled that's similar to it, great for the springtime. And this is my favorite rendition I've ever smelled. From a scent quality standpoint, accuracy, and performance, this is the one. It's Al Haramain's Portfolio series in a Neroli canvas. Now, Elysium's good all the time. Elysium Parfum Pour Homme specifically is the richest of the bunch. It's the highest oil concentration. And Samy Andraus makes a ridiculously rich version of that. This is Blue Sapphire, still my favorite Samy Andraus fragrance. See the juice level missing. So this one lacks some of the woods and greens of Elysium Parfum, really amplifies that metallic fruitiness. And I mean, just, it's more of a twist than a direct clone. I mean, it's clear he was going Elysium Parfum, but it's so much more metallic. And I don't mean like chemically synthetic smelling. Like, it's got this sharpness to the fruity smell. It's much more sharp and fruity and metallic than it is citric. And I'm a sucker for this one. High compliment factor, monster performer. Oh my. I'm such a fan of this one. I've gotten many compliments in my day wearing this one. Again, that taken me a few years to get this juice level down, but you know, it's a 30 ml bottle. I just have a ton of fragrances, but that's still, for my collection, wildly impressive, honestly. Man, this is so good, so addictive. If I could just keep one fragrance ever from Samy, it's this. Yeah, and it's perfect for this time of year. It's actually a little heavier than wearing any of the other three versions of Elysium. This is the best Elysium clone I've ever smelled because it's kind of a twist. You know, like I said before, I'm a bigger fan of the twist than the carbon copies. It's Samy Andraus' fragrance is Blue Sapphire. This one replicates the wildly popular darling in the community that's been discontinued, L'Homme Ultime from YSL. This is Rasasi's It's Essential for Men. And this is a good one. I gotta say, it has that dry, dusty rose kind of smell with all the ginger in the woods. And I would say pretty accurate, not one-to-one spot on. Definitely offers a little bit of a twist, but not much. Been a lost spray. Look, lost prime. So it's got a leak. Took several sprays. So anytime any of you that ever come across that in your bottle, if it's been a little while since you sprayed it and it loses prime to where you got to do that, that means there's a leak in the collar or along the stem or something, but there's an air leak, so it loses prime. Because, yeah, that sucks. I got a few fragrances that do that. Not that many. It's rare, but it does happen. Because that took like 6 or 7 sprays just to get it going again. Kind of surprised that. It smells good out in the air, though. Oh, that ginger. Sucker for a good ginger note. This is definitely a good ginger note. And you can wear this one every day. Don't let the rose scare you off. It's not that grandma type of rose. Like I said, it's more of a dry and dusty type of smell. And when I say dusty, I don't just mean powdery. I literally mean dust. Sounds weird, right? But it works in this fragrance. Again, the woods are on the softer side. There's a light creaminess as it dries. Average performance around 6 hours. I wouldn't call it anything special in performance. And it's really affordable. Good profile for the spring to wear every day. Rasasi, it's essential for men. Do you like Sprite or 7-Up? Basically replicated in this bottle. From Paris Corner, Vibrant Vetiver Delight. Springtime, 'tis the season for this one. This is a happy fragrance. It's bergamot and lemon, but it smells like lemon lime. And there's kind of a zest to it that kind of replicates carbonation. That's why I just say it smells like fresh can of Sprite, like while you're sipping on a can of Sprite. I don't think I've ever sprayed this fragrance and not smiled when I smelled it because it's just so freaking good. It really is. Green bottle's fitting. It's a lemon lime citrus kind of smell. Again, I know it's not lime listed. The bergamot kind of with the lemon mixes into it. It's a fresh woody vetiver. There's no earthiness here. There's a soft floral edge to it. But it's simple. It's straightforward. It's a mood booster. It's great. It's, again, average performance, nothing crazy here. But it puts a smile on my face, and hopefully if you decide to get it, it'll put a smile on your face. It's great for the springtime. It's replicating Byredo Bal d'Afrique, by the way, for those of you wondering. Pretty close. Not one-to-one, but pretty close. It's Vibrant Vetiver Delight from Paris Corner. And one last modern masculine from Paris Corner for you guys. This is similar to Le Labo's Another 13. This is called Soothing Zephyr. This is a great daily wear. Signature scent-worthy stuff. It's a little heavier from the amber musk, but but it's still super fresh because it's loaded with ambroxan. You will get some nose fatigue to this one. It is loaded with ambroxan. But man, am I a fan. Fresh, spicy, ambery, musky, woodsy, and that shower gel smell. You got the ambroxan going here. I love the bottle too. I've always liked this bottle. Cap does not hold well into place, but it is a nice hefty metal knurlinged cap. I do like the knurlinged edges to it. I think smoother weight bar. It's not like super rough, but yeah, has that knurling to it. It smells really good. Really good. You can wear this one every day. This is one of the better, like, if I was to recommend a signature scent from Paris Corner, this is one of the few that comes to mind immediately because I think you can rock this one every day. Again, it's got more of that classic style with the amber and the musk, but the modern feel because it's loaded with ambroxan. So, ambery, woody, musky. Best way to put it. A little fresh, spicy as well. Again, nose fatigue. If you get this one and you're like, bro, I only get like an hour and I can't smell it. 30 minutes, I can't smell it. It's the nose fatigue. I'm telling you, ambroxan will destroy your nose, especially hefty doses of it, and there's a hefty dose of it here. But while you can't smell it, it smells really good. And everyone around you, definitely going to think you smell good. Your nose will come and go. Don't think you'll just be anosmic to it the entire time. I don't want you to think it gets that serious. But yeah, this is a good one to wear every day. In springtime and fall time, I think, are the two ideal settings in season. It's Paris Corner's Soothing Zephyr. Well, that was the 10. For the spring, these are the ones that you'll see popping in and out of my rotation. For those of you that watch my weekly rotation, which we're at week number 268. The next one will be week 269. Been going strong for over 5 years without missing a week on that rotation. And yeah, some of these you'll definitely see. More than likely, if I had to pick two, you'll see probably the soonest and or most often would be these two. This one more so during the day, and occasionally this one out the shower and maybe during the day, because that's when I tend to like to wear them. The first two is kind of the best two, in my opinion. I really, really dig those. So I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll try to have links down below for everything if you're interested in picking anything up. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you leave. We'll see you in the next video, guys.